She said, can you speak a bit regarding the art of pursuing a woman? It seems like that's lost a lot in guys these days. Unfortunately, it has been. And I think the reason why guys don't really know this art of pursuing is because technology, in a sense, has made it so easy not to pursue, right? Because, like, why pursue when there's a menu of women on my cell phone and I could just sign in, download an app, and just start swiping left and right? What it becomes is the path of least resistance. And when a guy does finally have the guts to talk to a girl in face, he's trying to come up with some cheesy pickup line as if that's what she really wants. Oh, like, I'm just waiting for the guy with the funniest pickup line. And if it's a great one, that, hey, I want to date you. It's like, dude, this is cheap stuff. Like, no, put down the apps. And, granted, there's good stuff out there. There are good online Catholic matchmaking websites that exist. Those things do exist, and they can be valid ways of meeting a potential future spouse. But in terms of the apps that literally commercialize dating, where women are basically on a menu and you're swiping left and right based simply upon what she looks like. I remember one high school guy telling me that once he discovered these apps, he's like, it's awesome. It's like you can never be rejected. And it's like no effort. And it's like, dude, we got to get beyond this. Risk has to be an essential component of courtship. I remember one woman, my wife and I, have done all these talks with high school kids, and we came out with a book for the girls called How to Find Your Soulmate Without Losing Your Soul. And for years, the guys were like, we're the book for guys. And so we came out with this thing called the Dating Blueprint. And essentially what this is I realized that guys are told, be a gentleman or this and that, but no one's given them the specifics on actually how to pursue a woman. And so I surveyed more than 1,000 women and asked them, like, what would you want guys to know when it comes to dating? And, how you want to be asked out, how you don't want to be asked out. I remember one thing one woman said in this book. She said, when it comes to risk and confidence and asking a girl out, she said, I can't even imagine marrying a man who is not willing to take risk. Seeing that in a man, that you're willing to take risk. Hey, this might succeed, this might fail, but I'm not going to be hiding in the shadows in some little corner because I'm afraid of failure. Risk is a part of authentic masculinity, to go out from ourselves. And so when it comes to, you might be thinking, well, like, look, I'm not really that confident when I get around pretty girls. I get kind of awkward and clammy and saying stupid stuff. Here's my recommendation. Get used to talking to people in general. I remember for years I worked out in a normal gym, and nobody talks to anybody, right? You just got all your earbuds in, you're doing your exercise, you're out the door. Maybe if you see someone that works out at the same time 50 times in a row, you'll say, hey, guy, whatever. You say hello to each other. But that's pretty much it. But, a year and a half ago, I started working out CrossFit gym, and I couldn't believe, like, wow, everybody's talking to me, and this person's talking to me. And like, wow, people talk to each other. And then you start getting into that. And then you just start talking to people. It doesn't matter if it's a he or a she, or they're attractive or not so attractive. Like, you don't care. They're just human beings. And you start to learn to start up conversations, just talk to people. And then before you know it, you get to know 10 or 20, and then it's more like this community. And it was really just an interesting experience for me over the last year and a half or so of just talking to total strangers. And then next week you see them, and then you go a little deeper, this, that. And so I would recommend trying that. Maybe you're not into CrossFit exercise or whatever, but just get used to talking to people, not caring about what they look like, whether it's a male or female, whether pretty, not pretty, whatever, just not leading people on, but just learning to have simple conversations. And once you get more confident in the sense of that, of just like, hey, I can do this with normal people, then it'll become more natural to talk to attractive women in that way. And then when you do talk to those women, I think what they're really looking for isn't some cheesy, corny pickup line. It's intentionality, which means sincerity, that you're not just flirting with a girl for the sake of feeling desired or to play with her heart. There's clarity, there's sincerity, there's intentionality, that you see a potential future there. And that's why, you're having that discussion with them. And so have that clarity, have that intentionality. Even if you don't feel confident, hey, the fact that you'd be willing to risk rejection not only makes you look more attractive because you have a little bit of confidence, it makes her feel more attractive because she's not dumb and she knows that you're willing to face the risk of rejection. But the very fact that you would be willing to be rejected just to have a chance to talk to her makes her feel more attractive as well. And so it's a win-win. And if you try and it doesn't work out, hey man, you know what? That's okay. If she says she's not interested, hey, you've just narrowed down your search for a future spouse by one. The world's a big place. I think there's like 3.7 billion women on the planet, and you've just narrowed down your search for the future spouse by one. Hey, win-win. Either you end up with a date or you end up with clarity, either of which is better than being uncertain and alone. Hey there, I hope you enjoyed that little clip, but if you want to see the whole episode where this came from, just click the link here. And in the meantime, we want to invite you to help us share this message, and there's a couple things you can do real quick. Number one, if you like or comment or share this video, YouTube will actually show it to more people. Also, don't forget to subscribe, hit the notification bell. We release videos every single day, and you'll be notified as soon as those come out. If you want to help us also to spread this message, you can support us at patreon.com/JasonEvert. That helps us to create these videos and show them to the whole world. God bless.